In this week's Pianodrop we'll be featuring the Experience Fazioli F308 by Dor Mark, the Tables by De Connington, the intricate Crystalline by Cobber, Open D-tuning guitar by Internal Eye, and Lo-Fi Chimes by Alejandro Magana Martinez. The Experience Fazioli F308 by Dor Mark, Fazioli's crown jewel with audience and player VR perspectives. I guess I'm old school. When I started my sampling journey with Piano Book in 2020, I really liked the idea of preserving a piano's character, telling its story and sharing its sound. Since then, Piano Book has evolved into a comprehensive resource of sonic textures that go well beyond acoustic instruments. While I love all of them, I always return to my bread and butter, the pianos. The Tables by De Connington. I was on vacation in a secluded hotel. I came across these large Chinese-style earthen tables and stools. As one of the few guests there, I was allowed to make a little more noise than usual and spent a little time finger tapping on these earthenware tables. To my surprise, their hollow insides provided ample resonance, and I realised they sounded a bit like ancient tuned percussion instruments. My mind immediately leapt back to my childhood where I played Age of Empires, and I remembered the synth versions of drums that were in the soundtrack to that. Crystalline by Cobber. Crystalline is the first test of a template I've been working on for a while to be able to create original sample instruments faster and easier. The user can combine 3 sound sources into one unique instrument and blend them and add various effects to them. I've sampled my hardware synths, guitars and other sources through lots of pedals, outboard gear and some plugins to come up with some ambient sound sources for Crystalline. Open D-tuning guitar by Internal Eye. I have always loved to play open guitar tunings. One of my all-time favourites has been the Dadgad tuning. I would encourage you to tune your guitar this way and explore. It's sublime. First, I recorded myself playing this open D-tuned guitar early in the morning. This was done with a field recording device, H4n Pro. I brought these recordings into Logic Pro X, cleaned the samples and removed noise and hum using Isotope's RX8 elements. Once the UI was decent, I brought in my samples and created 3 instruments: bass, lush, and melody. Lo-Fi Chimes by Alejandro Magana Martinez. I unfortunately tested positive for COVID December 29th and had to quickly go isolate, so fast that I was unable to stop by my studio to pick up some gear to kill the time before setting up camp at home. Once our isolation began, I came to the amazing realization that the rack we used to hang our clothes made a very particular sound when plucking a particular line. Fortunately, our phones are very well equipped nowadays, and in the spirit of a couple of my previous sample instruments, I decided to record it, work some of RX9's magic on the sample, and toy with it using Logic Pro.